going on? What's up? We are back again. This is your host, Kalai Shireen, on another episode of Behind the Scenes Bella podcast. And today, on this episode, we have been graced with such an angelic presence this evening. I'm talking about he just flew in, like literally on wings, like flew into Atlanta to be on this podcast right now tonight. This man is really a beauty behind the scenes. His portfolio is so extensive with so many different artists that you guys know and love. He hails from the beautiful city of Washington, D.C., the southeast side. Am I saying it? Look, because when y'all from a certain part, you got to name the side.
Gotta be south side. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
This gentleman, Mr. J-Son, he's used his power in theater, music, comedy, storytelling, film. Oh my goodness. His catalog includes features with Raheem Devon. We got Backyard Band. We have Kelly Rowland, Nas, Brandy, Omarion, Nolan Williams, Ja Rule, Nelly, Layla Hathaway. Oh my god, the list it's Big Sean. I mean, Big Alley. It's so many people on the list. Like if I read this entire list, I'd be sitting here all day and we can't even have a podcast. Like this is how extensive his resume is. When I tell you this man is moving around the globe, making such an impact, I want y'all to give it up right now for Mr. J-Son in the building.
Appreciate it. Thank you, sir. That was beautiful. Good job. Make me feel good about myself.
That's what I want. I want you to feel like, you get your flowers today.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah. They were felt. Thank you.
You know what? I homegrown them. I grew them right here just for you, just right now in this instance.
That's what's up.
Yeah, it's important. Like, so I tell y'all all the time, like, so many different, y'all heard all of the genres that he's in. Film, music, theater, all of these different things that y'all see happening on the big screen. It's so many people behind the scenes, not just the talent that we put up front, but it's people who are the playmakers, the people that make things happen, the people who are writing these scripts, producing these scripts, making the script what it is so that you know and love it. But I want to touch today, Mr. Son, can you just tell us, I'm just feeling like reading off of your bio. It's like, I don't even know if I could stand with you.
You said Mr. Son.
Listen.
That's what's up.
Like, I don't even know if I could stand with you. You know what I mean? Like, can you tell me, like, how does one get into all of these facets of industry successfully? Because that's a lot.
Yeah, to be honest, it's hard to do all things successfully. Well, I guess it's really about how you define success also. So, I say that I'm successful in all of those things because I genuinely have a passion for them and I've pursued them. Mm-hmm. So the success kind of lies in that. Mm-hmm. But, most people going to associate success with like money,
right? Monetary. It's always monetary.
Which and I like money, and money's good, and you should get it. But before that stage, I found success in just having the balls to pursue all of those things and be passionate about it and have the integrity, to do and create well. Mm-hmm. So it's easy to pursue, but it's hard to maintain.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
but how did you get, so let me say like the film industry, did you just like walk in the door and be like, I want to start doing film? And did you have like a cousin who played pro ball or something? Like how you get in the door?
Well, with film in particular, I've always wanted to be a filmmaker since I was a child. Okay. So that's something that I knew I would at least pursue. Mm-hmm. But then once I got older and I got into college and I saw...
What college did you go to?
I went to University of District of Columbia, UDC.
Okay, shout out.
Yeah,
shout out to
definitely. Y'all. And I had an excellent film teacher, Rocky Jones.
Okay.
And so I always knew I wanted to make films, but then it, like you kind of saying, it's like I needed to know like the business of it. Like, oh, it's cool and cute to want to make movies. Yeah. But it's like, okay, can this really turn into something that could maintain a career? So yeah, just being consistent and then learning the game. Then when I graduated college, right out of college, like even before I walked across the stage, I got a job at BET.
So hold on, wait. Before you go into BET, what was your degree in?
Mass media, TV, and film production.
So y'all hear that, right? So, because I be trying to get y'all the gems, like I be trying to pull them out, so you know, like maybe what to get a degree in to make this stuff happen. But go ahead, you got a job at BET.
Yeah, and that kind of just it kind of solidified, like, okay, I'm doing the right things,
Right.
And it's not too far fetched, you know, because you know your family and stuff gonna look at you crazy, like, oh, you want to make movies, like, oh, okay.
So, but what kind of job did you get at BET? Were you like intern? Were you like shadowing somebody, or you just came in like producing? Like, tell me how you started out.
So shout out to my homegirl Tracy Kinzer.
Hey Trey.
And she's down here. She's right around here, in, somewhere around Atlanta.
Right. Hey Trey, come on down.
But anyway, she graduated from UDC the year before, and she was producing a show called Jam Zone, which later on went to become Cedar's World.
Oh my goodness, Cedar's World. She used to be like this.
Yeah, that's the homegirl, Callie Troy, aka Kitty. You know, we all went to UDC
Cedar's
together.
World?
Yeah,
because Tigger the Basement used to come on right after that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Hits from the Street.
Yeah, I was on Hits from the Street briefly too when we were in LA. But but yeah, so my senior year in college, I interned at Jam Zone.
Okay.
At BET. So I was learning the ropes while I was in college. I was learning production, and I had my film teacher, Rocky Jones, was teaching me all about aesthetics and, just the technical aspects of what it takes.
Right.
Because in live TV, you can't mess up. And so he taught us you have to be precise.
Yeah, you got to be spot on.
Yeah, and because I've watched people get fired on the spot. Like, and when it's live TV, they don't really play no games, and that's how he trained us. So I learned how
to be indisposable.
Yeah. So interning at BET at Jam Zone. Then when I graduated, I had already secured a job at Teen Summit.
Teen Summit.
Yeah, I think Teen Summit is the greatest show ever.
Oh my goodness! I wish I knew you back then. I'd have been like, "Hey, that was my show."
Yeah. So, but all that to say, that's a rare occurrence to like graduate. The day you graduate, you already have a job in the field that you've dreamed about since you were a child. So just being in the business immediately upon graduation, I just hit
you were thrusted into it.
Yeah, I was just already in it. And
so I can imagine being that close to people who were already shaking and moving. That opened up more doors for you, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And, everybody, when I was at BET, everybody was dope. Like all of the writers were dope. All of the producers were dope. Like, so it was just like, I was just cultivated.
See, but that was a dope era.
Oh, I don't think there's ever going to be anything like BET ever again. Hopefully I'm wrong.
I mean, but Tyler Perry just took over. Shout out to Tyler Perry taking over
no doubt.
BET and VH1. Like, that was a power move. Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah.
But so...
And he had the whole hood at the...
No bull.
Everybody, auntie and uncle was invited to the BET.
Oh my goodness.
He had Trina, Trick Daddy. He had everybody up in there. Listen, Soldier Boy even
came. Boosie came through right out of jail.
Right, Boosie was up there.
He came right out, came right home.
Listen, Tyler, like, we gonna let you know Black is back, okay?
Yeah, it really is, man. So I really appreciate BET. Just for being dope. So that's kind of like what gave me the confidence that I could do it myself. Yeah. Because, I was on some of the greatest, I was behind the scenes on some of the greatest shows television has produced from my perspective, especially Teen Summit. Just because of the power of the voice of the youth and allowing the youth to express their position on the conditions that they're living in, how they see the world, and allowing them to host segments to just to get the voice of the youth. I think is very important. Yeah. And so but I had a chance to work on all of those shows. And that kind of gave me the confidence, like, oh, I could definitely, that's for you. Yeah, I could definitely do this myself because I've been trained by people like great people, like the staff and producers and writers at BET were like dope. individual people.
I'm so amazed right now because Teen Summit, I wanted to be on one of their panels.
Yeah, everybody did. Like if you were young and that was on, everybody.
Because well, I was a writer at the time, so I had my own column.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, I just wish I could talk about virginity and marijuana, and I used to want to go up there, like, because they didn't realize that kids knew about all of the adult stuff too. It's just that we didn't have a safe space to say it,
absolutely,
or express it. So we was acting like we ain't know nothing about sex and drugs around our parents, but we was out there pop locking and dropping and smoking weed in the back alley and everything.
And the beautiful thing is, like, we were encouraged to get the youth to express those things because we were really genuinely trying to be resolution based.
Right.
Like we weren't just there for entertainment.
Right. It was definitely a movement.
Yeah, and that's why I think that's one of the greatest shows on television ever.
I think that's where I like fell in love with like that public speaking look of it. Like I knew I wanted to be a writer,
right?
But it was like, dang, they really up there talking. Like I know I could do that. Like you know what I mean? I could be a little prolific too. Like I want to get up there and deliver, that kind of speech. Wow.
Yeah.
Teen Summit and even CETA.
Yeah.
Like wow.
That was revolutionary.
It was.
Wasn't nobody really doing CGI and that type of technology because we was doing like Jam Zone. That was like 1999.
Yeah.
And then 2000, I think it turned to Cedar's World, and that type of technology was just like in video games and stuff like that. It wasn't used for broadcast television.
See, but the evolution of technology. So basically, you've been in the game for a long time.
Yeah.
You
absolutely.
see what I'm saying? 1999 to still be relevant. My goodness, 24 years later.
Sheesh. God
Listen,
damn.
I was scared to say it because of my age too.
It's all good. I'm proud, man. I'm still here, still doing it. Hear me?
Look, I was scared a little bit. Dang, to still be relevant 24 years in the game.
Yeah. And actually, I'm actually at the top of my game at this point. And very proud to have instilled a lot of what I learned into young people. One being, a former guest on this show, Chuck Lane.
Yeah.
Is one of my mentees.
Yeah.
That I trained in regards to, not just business, but just character and just like presenting yourself and having a plan and having a sense of direction for yourself.
Yeah.
Like, you got to know what you want to do, not just know what you want to do. Then you have to learn how to do it.
Yeah.
And so, but a lot of those things I learned, from my professor, Rocky Jones, like, you can't just talk. You got to be about it or you're fired.
See, but when you I hear you referencing the people who mentored you. So do you think that seed that they planted, Rocky, for you, that made you want to perpetuate that to the next generation, like the Chuck Lanes so you were like, somebody poured into me, let me deliver this back to somebody else because somebody gave you so much. You know what I mean? Because your name is spoken highly in rooms. You know what I mean? That you actually scoop people up and, put them right underneath your wing. Like, was that something that you just felt as though you had to do because you had it?
Yes, but not necessarily from like production, right? Mm-hmm. I feel that way because of the conditions of our community.
Right.
Just our environment, in Southeast DC, we didn't have a lot of positive male role models. Mm-hmm. And I just always figured, like, I'm a functioning adult male in a community full of young people.
Yeah.
So whatever, and it was tough. It wasn't easy to grow up that way.
Yeah.
And it's like, I just felt like I could have fared better if I had like a lead.
Yeah.
I wish I didn't have to experience a lot of the things that I did.
Yeah.
And so I just felt like I said, it has nothing to do with production as far as like mentoring other people. I just saw the conditions of my community, and I was still alive. I was still strong,
right?
And I was still knowledgeable about our conditions.
Yeah.
And
but still growing at the same time.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I said, 24 years, that's a long time. Mm-hmm. That's growth and development. That's at its finest.
Yeah, no doubt. So
looking, your skin looking good. You still.
Thank you, appreciate it. I got grandkids out here. You hear me?
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely a element of feeling obligated
Yeah.
to reach back and mentor, especially the young men and women in my community.
Right.
And I be telling some of my youngins all of the time that don't really be like rocking with their kids. I be like, bruh, you know what it is out here. You know what it is out here because you've been out here with me. So it's like, how you gonna know what it is out here and had kids out here and just allow them
to stumble and fall
to be in it like that? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if I'm here and as long as I'm breathing and I'm able, I'm going to always attempt to help people or show people what I feel that I've learned, and hopefully it lends something to them, you know, because you never know. It's a dice roll out here, man.
Listen, for all of us though.
Yeah, no doubt.
For all of us, especially the climate that we in this world now, it's so crazy because God was talking to me about mentorship. And I've been doing coaching for a long time. I tell people all the time I coach star players. Yeah. So if you come to me, you like, I shoot a 3. All right, well, run 10 laps. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not nice. I'm not soft on you. None of that. You told me that you could play, so let's play.
Yeah. I'm a basketball coach too, so
you see what I'm saying?
Using good analogies.
No, because that's how I am.
Yeah,
it's like,
no
okay,
doubt.
you can shoot a 3. All right, well, run 25 then. And it's like, but I said I could shoot the 3. I don't care nothing about the 3. I want to see your tenacity. I want to see your endurance.
That 3 ain't gonna keep you on the team.
Exactly. You know how many young kids that can shoot a 3 in Harlem right now?
Right. No
you
doubt.
had Rikers. You know what I mean? It's like,
but as a coach, I ain't even looking at who could shoot the 3. I'm looking at who could sit down on defense.
That's what
I'm looking at who know their spots. I'm looking at who could run the play, who could execute the play, who can be in the right position in the offense and on the defense. So it's like, I'm definitely on the same boat.
You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I'm naturally a coach. So for God to start speaking to me about mentorship, I'm like, mentorship is more like, I gotta wake you up like, hey, did you get up this morning?
Oh, nah.
That ain't in my
mistaken.
repertoire.
That ain't the mentorship I'm talking about.
Look, you like, I'm still very much coaching.
I told you, like, so I wouldn't say I necessarily had a mentor.
Yeah.
I did have teachers.
Yeah.
But they like you. It wasn't no soft shit. It's like, nah, nigga, you gonna get down or you gonna or you not.
Right.
But if you choose to do it, I'm gonna give you everything I got so that you do it well.
Right.
But I ain't waking you up. I'm gonna tell you what time I'm gonna be at this place. If you there, you there. If you not, I'm getting the next nigga.
Yes, and that's it.
And so, like, cause in film, I got 2 teachers. So Rocky Jones taught me how to create films, like the technical aspects of, the rules and the elements of film and all of that. And then I got another teacher, Haile Garima, who's a world-renowned filmmaker. He did a film called Sankofa.
Okay.
And he told me the importance of making your films meaningful. Like from like a revolutionary perspective. Like, don't just make films for entertainment. Like you have to be specific in what you're doing and why you're doing it. It's not just like, oh, this shot is cool. It's like, nah. So those 2 elements, like of learning how to complete from concept to completion of film. Right. And then the input and the strategic meanings behind film were the 2 elements that
because it's always something subliminal, something underlying. Yeah. But that's a part of behind the scenes.
But those as teachers though, they weren't necessarily mental, because both are mean as shit. Like they ain't holding your hand. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
but you know what? Most good coaches are mean.
And those the best ones.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know a nice coach. Like, y'all be out there, oh, she's so mean. And I don't know no coaches that's nice.
Because I'm a coach.
Like, like who want to soft behind coach? Do you want to win the championship
that's
or not?
That's what I'm saying.
Is you trying to get the W or not?
Yeah, that's you can go home. People can be like Michael Jordan mean. It's like, he won 6 chips too.
Right. Okay. And y'all paid $200 or $300 for a sneaker and went to sleep on the look. You see what I'm saying? Sleep on the concrete when they coming out. Y'all be outside lined
I ain't doing that, but
just on the concrete waiting for Jordans to come out. Like, come on.
Yes.
But listen, I'm thinking about, now that made me think about AI when he was like, practice. Remember he was talking about like, what is practice?
It's one of my favorite players.
You see, mine's too. Yeah. And it's like, but people, it's like, even if you a star player, it's your responsibility to show up. That's what coaching is. So you telling me you the star player, nigga, you supposed to be here.
All right, so here's something with that, right? I found like a loophole in that whole scenario, right?
Okay.
Because I have an artist that I work with, right? He's extremely gifted, extremely talented, but his work ethic was
a little rocky.
Yeah, a little rocky, right? And so as I've gotten older, as I've developed, I was just like, shit, I have to recognize that he is special. And so it forced me to get out of my principles. Like my principles is like, nigga, if you don't do this, this, and this, we can't rock. So it forced me to be like, all right, this is like a unicorn. So I haven't. So it's like with the AI thing, right? So it forced me to.
AI is definitely.
It's like, so
unicorn.
if I was Larry Brown, it's like, fuck. But who else can do what he do? And as the coach, my job is to win games, put butts in seats, sell tickets. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, so it's like with my artist, it's like, damn, like he's gifted, like he's gifted. So I had to adjust my stern principles,
right?
And it's like, or you miss out,
right?
Or he's not going to record, and you're not going to hear his voice,
right?
So it was a balance because he understood my integrity and my principle stance, and I understood his rare talent,
right?
And so we met
y'all had
in the
to work,
middle.
yeah.
So with your analogy with the Allen Iverson, I don't think it's just so black and white, cut and dry.
It's
like,
not.
oh, you just star a player, you got to be at practice. But it's like, nigga, I'm Allen Iverson, though.
But,
you know what I'm saying? So
but you see how he was like practice.
But I mean, at the end of the season,
we talking about practice?
At the end of the season, they met in the middle.
Right.
Larry Brown acknowledged, like, all right, you're Allen Iverson.
He might not need practice.
Allen Iverson acknowledged, like, all right, my bad. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it forced them to get off of that straight and narrow.
Oh, yeah.
Like they had to, like, all right. So the same thing happened. And the artist, his name's Jacob Soul. And when you hear him, you're going to be like, okay, I see why he gives this nigga a pass.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, no, that's cool. But I'm just saying, like, from that coaching aspect, I get it. Like, mentorship, you know, mentorship, like I said, I feel like it was more like that accountability thing.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know what I mean?
But
like
Allen needed that lesson.
He did.
But so did Larry Brown.
He did.
They both learned from that experience.
He did. But you know what? I love that year with the Eastern Conference. That was the last year I really stopped watching basketball altogether because they had Raja Bell, they had Iguodala, they had Mutombo, they was cooking them.
Yeah.
In that Eastern Conference, and I just knew we was going to win the championship, and we didn't.
Oh, that's right. You from Philly? I forgot.
I'm from Philly.
Oh, yeah,
you see, I'm saying South Street was lit when we won the Eastern Conference.
I forgot you from Philly. Yeah.
I was in high school at the time, and I remember I was just like, "Whoa, we really about to win the championship?" And when we didn't, I was like.
Nah, like, I knew y'all wasn't gonna win that.
We had Eric Snow. But I'm saying we had a smoking team.
Yeah, y'all was on the road.
We had everybody on the team. Like I was a basketball fanatic at that time.
Yeah.
After that, I tapped out. I ain't start picking up till Steph Curry came. Like shout out to Steph. You know, it wasn't no more great ones after that to me. It was just like
what in Philly?
No, just period. The sport. It was like. I feel like the culture of basketball was different then.
Yeah, it changed. It definitely did.
Yeah,
but as a hoop head myself and a hooper myself, you know, I definitely stayed. You
look
engaged.
like you be hooping.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's why I coach now. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. But you know what? It's funny because people who enjoy sports, you see how everything was a sports talk. We like, see if you go out there, you got to run like you talk in the language,
sports.
Right?
Yeah, no doubt.
If you're a football fan, you like, you know, once you get to the third, you know, once you get to that yard line.
I'm a football coach too,
right?
So yeah.
But no, that's just how I think. Like coaching it, I just love the art of it. I love to have somebody that is talented and allowed to orchestrate their plays and their movements and help them get to the goal that they want to be at.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, I done played this game. My knees a little tired. I'm going to need you to go.
No
you know
doubt.
what I mean?
No
I'm going to need you to go out there and do what you said that you really want to do and make it happen for you.
No doubt.
You know, and that's the victory when you get a chance to see your talent up front or that film get the credit that it was supposed to get, you know, or that artist really reach the top. You like, dang, I did my thing with that. You know what I mean?
That's the goal at this point. Is like, yeah, you want to project the skills that you know onto younger people. And so it's still kind of like you. Mm-hmm. It's like, when because, I coach my son. And so when I see him play, like I can see he has the same passion.
And what's he playing?
Basketball.
Oh, he played basketball.
Yeah. And so it's like, I don't have the same drive and desire to go play.
Right.
But the same drive and desire is there. Mm-hmm. But I want to see it executed. Right. Same thing with I just got inspired talking to Kyle, you know what I'm saying, telling me the stuff that he's doing, raising his kids. And I was inspired in our brief little, you know what I'm saying? Like that's as a OG in the game. Yeah. You just like seeing people that got that talent and have that passion. It's like doing stuff where it's like, I'm like, young nigga, go do that shit. Like, go pick your kids up, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? Go do that film. Like, and it's the same as like dunking on a nigga yourself. Like when you see somebody else, it's like, that's what's up.
Right.
Bro.
It's like I did it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm living vicariously through you.
Right.
Yeah, no that's doubt. What it is for me. It's like, and a lot of the times being a good somebody said to me the other day, they was like, oh, a lot of people don't want people to pass them. No, the goal is for people to pass me.
No doubt. Absolutely.
Like, that's the whole thing. Like, you know, I made my couple of coins or dollars or cents or whatever the case may be. It depends on who's watching. But at the end of the day, it's like, I want people to go way further than me.
Absolutely.
If I made $5 million, I want you to make 20. You know what I mean? And because I'm going to alleviate some of the steps that I had to take for you.
Right.
You know what I mean? You ain't going to have to go through what I had to go through.
And it's like your success.
Right.
Like, like with Chuck. Like if he becomes successful and blow, like that's me. Like I did that.
Yeah. Like you get to look at the fruits of what you put in.
That's so fulfilling for me. And I just don't think all people are wired that way. But
they're not.
I definitely am.
They're not.
I definitely am. Like I want everybody that I've touched as a mentor. I would love for them to succeed and surpass things that I've done, because that just lets me know that I trained them correctly.
Right. I was effective.
Right. So
so that's a ministry.
Okay. I didn't look at it that way, but that sounds accurate. Yes.
No, that is a ministry.
Yeah, no doubt.
That is a ministry. You coaching, you wanting to undergird people. That's what pastors, that's what teachers, that's what preachers, that's what, people who are in leadership do.
Okay.
So you might not even know you got a whole calling on you just from what that has to be spirit led.
Oh, it definitely is.
You see what I'm saying?
But
like,
I haven't
we don't associate
with
it. That's
ministry.
what I'm saying. We don't intertwine it into God's work or God's purpose or God's will. Yeah. We just be like, oh, I got this inclination to help. No, you was led to help by the Spirit of God.
No, I believe that.
You know what I mean? And that's your purpose, to walk in and help people along the way.
No doubt. Yeah.
Yeah. So you a pioneer.
Thank you for that perspective.
No, I'm serious. You are a pioneer. You know what I mean? Like that's what moguls do. They set the tone and the atmosphere. Even apostles, that's what they do. They set up an entire town and they leave. That's what they do. They start churches. Boom, I set you up. You got your pews, you got your table, you got your piano, you got your choir. I'm out.
I ain't look at it like
so that. Now we talking to an apostle son. Look, sitting right here. Look, he got promoted on the show.
Don't put too much on me. You know what I'm saying?
Heavy is the head that wears the crown. It's already heavy because you can feel it. It's a burden. When you got that kind of passion, it's a burden. You just said, I'm traveling the world trying to impact lives. That's a burden. People don't wake up with that kind of thought process. They not waking up on how can I change this environment and this planet and this world that I'm living in.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
So when you say burden, does that have a negative connotation?
Not a negative connotation. I'm talking about a burden. I'm talking about, like you said, it's a beautiful reward at the end.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what I mean by that burden. This is burnt. This is egging on me. I got to do this. You see what I'm saying? Like, this has to happen for my people, whether it's going to happen through me some kind of way. And what we do is when we call by God, especially me, haven't been calling a long time, and I'd be like, all right, hold on. They be like, it's Jesus. I'd be like, hold on, whoa, 1 second, my signal.
You put Jesus on hold?
Because I'm honest.
Right.
I'm honest, and I knew I was called because I started studying homiletics, hermeneutics. I graduated, got all the credentials. But then they was like, well, you're called to, I took some spiritual tests and all that kind of stuff. I knew I had the gift of different prophecies and and healing and all this kind of stuff. But when it came down to the come down, I was like, that's too much on me.
Really?
I'm like, because the Bible say, that my sins is going to be, I'm carrying a whole bunch of other people. So I don't need they rap sheet plus mine. I'm like, I got my own stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? Especially when you want to do it right. Mm-hmm. Because we've seen so many depictions of people that go in the forefront, the pulpits or wherever. It don't even matter in the side of a building, but they get this hierarchy position and they fail greatly. They fail tremendously. So once I see that and it's like, no, I can't do that. And I know for me, my passion is so real and so raw that I want to do it the right way. So I can't go up there any kind of way. I can't go up there in a mess, which is why I tell you I fast and I try to, get myself together.
Salute
because
to that too.
Yeah, because it's like,
no
how I'm going to teach somebody how to do something I'm not even implementing myself.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
No doubt.
But that's the real ones that's called. We like, man, I ain't going up there and just taking offerings and doing this and doing that. And like, no, if I'm going to do something like that, I'm going to actually be saved.
Right.
I'm going to actually be really who I say I am.
You saved?
I mean, I hope so. Look, if Jesus was to come on back now, I hope I ain't left behind. Listen.
Yeah, but you know what? Speaking on that, right? So I ain't a religious dude at all, right?
Yeah, I mean, and neither am I. I believe I'm a disciple. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe that God deposited His own spirit into flesh and sacrificed it on my behalf. That's what I believe.
Right.
So I don't associate it with the whole. But go ahead.
Nah, but I respect it. But I'm gonna say some real shit. Mm-hmm. Just because, so I'm not religious at all, right? But I came up in the church, like real church, like, Bible study every Wednesday, church every Sunday, everything.
Oh, but I seen that on you from the gun bus.
Oh, for real?
Mind you, that's why the conversation is going the way it is.
Okay, yeah, and it's about to go. It's about to go further.
I'm telling you where it's going to go.
And so,
but go ahead.
The most influential entity in my life, like what I mold my life and my principles around, is Jesus the Christ. So whether he's real, whether he's fake, whether people believe it, whether people don't, which I don't even necessarily believe the story, right? But I studied. So my mother, obviously, super church. And so she was like my whole childhood, like, call out for Jesus, study Jesus. And so I did that, right? And so it's the most amazing example of how to be that I think exists, right?
Right.
But I don't, I ain't in the church, none of that shit at all. But I studied the messages. Yeah. How he talked to niggas. Like how he took scenarios and broke the shit down. I'm like, damn, this nigga genius. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like how he approached people in scenarios. That shit is just amazing to me. So it's like I molded like how I'ma be. Like that's the example. Like I know that shit was trendy. That whole shit. Like what would Jesus do? Like I really live that shit. But not being afraid of no sins or hell or nothing. Just trying to be a principled man. Yeah. In this society that we living in. Yeah. It's like, so that's how I formulated my principles. Yeah. And what to stand on, like how to stand on my square and how to just, evaluate each person and each scenario individually for what it is. So I don't give a fuck if you Muslim, Christian, Jewish, like I don't none of that.
I was Muslim for 11 years.
It's like, where your heart at, bruh? Like, you know what I'm saying? How do you stand on your square when shit get real? Like, do you fold under, you know what I'm saying? So,
see, but you know what that's called? That's called your soul is anchored in Christ. Like, you know how the Bible say, train up a child in the way that they should go, they'll never depart
so I gotta give credit to my mother. But it backfired on her because she don't really fuck with my belief system because I'm not Christian or I'm not.
See, but guess what?
She like the man that I am. No.
Look, but you still. But here's the thing: you still got more living to do.
Absolutely. You know, inshallah.
You see what I'm saying? Your story. Yeah, look, inshallah, Lord willing, all of them.
All that.
Look,
yeah, exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
You say
because it's just in another language.
Right, exactly.
It's just in another language. Even when I was studying Arabic, you know, people used to be like, I'm like, that's just, you know, we're saying ABC, but in there it says it's Aleph, Bet, Ta. You know what I mean? It's just, we're just speaking a different language.
Even right now, we rapping to each other in English.
Right.
This ain't our language.
This not.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't from England, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just that's why I be like, even when I encounter people, like I read their aura. Like I fuck with Khan heavy. He don't even know it. But
you know what I tell you when I first met you?
Yeah, it's just,
I pulled him to the side. I said something about this guy.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Exactly.
I said I like him. I said I don't know what it is.
So that's why religion be fucking me up. Cause it's just like I read people energy, like how they spirit be rocking. And it's like, cause I got friends that's Muslim. I got friends that's atheists. I got, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I be looking at their spirit and their heart and how they gonna move.
Listen.
You know, when it's real.
I got a guy, shout out to Sean Grady. He's a rapper, right? And Sean Grady, him and I, we connect on such a level.
That's a dope rap name.
Yeah. Oh, he's a rapper.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying, I heard you say that. I'm like, oh, that's a dope rap name.
Listen, shout out to Sean Grady. Like, I'm telling you, he's an open atheist, right? Mm-hmm. Raps about, you know, Satan and all this kind of stuff. And people, you know, me being in the church, they would be like, basically, how... You know, what would you guys have?
What's your affiliation?
Yeah, what would you guys have in common? It's not even that. It's like this gentleman, him and I have had so many in-depth conversations. And he told me personally, he said, I only hear from you because of your representation of God. He said, I talk to so many people and they so fake and phony. He said, I read them so quick. That's why I disrespect them. He said, but he said, I could see that that's really what you live in. That's your truth. That's what you represent. He said, why? Because of the way you love. Like he could see it. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? So it's not that people just want to be hellish or be Satanists. It's like, no, I don't see no real depictions of what you say you preaching or what you talking about.
I feel the same, but
you know
I ain't trying to openly disrespect nobody.
No,
though.
but it's just like, it's not, the math don't be mathing. What you say, Deja, 2 + 2 it be 87. Every time.
Right. Yeah, so
we got all this extra. But you know what I mean? But that's how you know you're effective in ministry, where you could talk to the atheist, you could talk to the Muslim, you could talk to the Jewish. I've talked to all different walks of life of people, and they all say the same thing. I feel the spirit of God on your life.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I feel the presence of God. If I never experienced God, you're supposed to experience God through people.
Yeah, absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? If I can't say nothing else, when I met you, I experienced the spirit of God.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But that's the mantle that you carry. Even when I was looking at this camera, y'all, I'm trying to look at y'all, but I'm looking at him. He don't even know I seen a deja vu. We had already had this conversation.
Oh, yeah?
That's why it went in this direction. I'm like, oh, he don't even know he called. You don't even know after today, your whole life going to change. The whole trajectory of your path. Because God been working on you on the inside. You see what I'm saying? But you will fight it. You don't understand the urges. You like, no, I didn't learn. And plus, once we learn and ascertain so much information, it creates confusion. It's just like, well, I know this and I know this and I picked up that and I understand a little bit of this. But it's like something about this spirit man that keep trying to return. Something about this walk, but I don't want to associate it with this because it's so worldly and this is just so fake. But it's like he gonna make it come together for you where it all makes sense in the end. Everything that you have done thus far is going to make sense. That's why I told you got more living to do. This ain't over. This you ain't even scratched the surface of where you're going to be and how many people you actually going to impact publicly, where they going to know your name because of where you've been.
Man.
That's what I'm trying to tell you today.
I just had a moment.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I appreciate you.
So you don't even know that, like, you got way more living to do. And they gonna know. They gonna feel the sun. they gonna feel it in every way possible. You gonna shine in every room because that's your testimony. That's your testimony. So don't consider it strange, nothing. Everything that you are going through to this day and moving forward, it's all for a purpose. You're going to fall right into God's plan. And it's going to wow you. You're going to be amazed like, God, I didn't even know that this is what you were setting me up to do. And you're going to be prophesying in a right way. You're going to be prophesying in a right spirit. You understand?
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you. But I definitely feel like I'm already in it.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's already on you.
But nah, I definitely everything you say. I think this moment right here was necessary for me. So I really appreciate your spirit and your energy. Like, you know, it definitely ain't in vain. And shout out to Chuck for inviting me to come speak with y'all and invite me to meet, you know, your crew and your staff. Cause it's bigger than I thought.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, go do some podcast. like nigga, I'm just getting off the plane, nigga. Like, my fan.
I told y'all he came in on his wing.
But like I was telling Khan, I was like, I don't even know what it is, but I trust Chuck.
Yeah.
Because I trained Chuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I trained him so that I won't have to think as much.
Yeah.
So when he was 10, 11, 12, 13 years old, I was like, look, I'm going to need your little ass when you grown.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm responsible for him being solid.
Yeah.
So, which is why he could just hit me up and be like, yeah, I need you to do this. And I ain't got to ask him a whole bunch of questions.
Right.
Because I was beating his ass at 10 years old. Like, nigga, you got to be on point.
Yeah.
You can't, you know. And so it's like now, if he can't not be on point.
But I like what you just said, so I don't have to think as much.
Right, because that's why I trained him.
Wow.
It's like, because I need help. Mm-hmm. And so it's like, if I'm going to be spending all of this time with you as a young man, you have to, you know, maneuver this society. You got to maneuver this community.
Yeah.
And you have to build and develop yourself to be a warrior.
Wow.
Because, you know, I'm a revolutionary.
Yeah.
And so, you know, it's going to be many angles where we test it, as you know.
Yeah.
And I was like, look, I need you to be as on point as you can possibly be. Yeah. So now when he calls me as an adult and he's telling me something, I don't have to be so shaky because I don't trust nobody.
Oh, goodness.
You know what I'm saying? So now it's like if he called me and tell me to do something, I'm just like, all right, I ain't got to put too much into it because I gave him
everything.
So it's like, all right, I'm going to just go because he said, what time, where's it at? And I just show up.
Because he know how you think.
Right,
look,
exactly.
I ain't going to upset him now.
Right, he better not. And he know he better not.
Right.
Because it's still RAF to pay for him.
That's the thing.
You know what I'm saying? He don't want that work.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Because if I came into some bullshit, he already
tearing you
know.
A new ass.
He hiding. He gone. He's like, oh shit.
Look, I done set him up for the okie doke. Look, that's on me, baby. Listen, but that's the thing. You see that, you know, when you was just explaining that sounds like an adjutant.
A who?
An adjutant. No.
What the fuck is that?
No, I'm telling you, when you are in leadership, see, this is the part that you see. I'm telling you, watch how this work for you.
Okay.
Watch how this work for you. I'm telling you, when you have an adjutant, somebody that is coming behind you. You ever seen? So I'm gonna tell you what an adjutant is. When you see a bishop walking, you see the guy behind him holding his Bible. Mm-hmm. The guy behind him holding his towel, like when he come and bring him a glass of water and he help him wipe his forehead. That's an adjutant.
That's the technical
term
for that person?
Yes.
Oh, see, man, you learning shit. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, this is more than a podcast. Man. Church in this motherfucker. Man.
Everybody say that. They like, I done came to your podcast, learned a new word.
You know what I'm saying? Adjutant.
But that's the name of that man.
That's good. I've seen them all my life. I was just like, oh, that's the nigga behind the nigga.
Right, that's the nigga who always no. But that's what an adjutant do. That's what your Chuck is. He is there holding your sword, holding your sackcloth, holding your cloth for your head, holding your beverage. Like, that's somebody that you have trained up so much that he know, he don't want to talk right now. Right. This ain't that, you know, you need to back up or you can come in now. Right. He know all of the functionalities of you because God ordained him to be there.
No doubt. God ordained him to be there.
And he going to see it through to the end. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. So that's a blessing. Listen, he done sent them praise. Listen, I'm serious. He is going to be there to the end.
No doubt.
For you.
And I know.
I'm serious.
But the only reason I'm so confident because he already know how I'm gonna go for him.
Right.
And so if it ain't the same for you,
right. If it ain't if it ain't equal reciprocity.
So that's why I'm so. It's not my bravado.
Yeah.
It's just my connection.
Right.
And understanding. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, nah, I know he gonna ride all the way out for me.
Yeah.
Because he know that's how I'm rocking.
Yeah.
And I trained him.
Yeah.
So
yeah. That's what's up. I'm so happy for you. Oh, I can't just wait. I'm serious. Watch. You gonna call me one day and be like, Kalai, see, remember when you told me? I'm gonna come right down to your grand opening right at the church. It's gonna be a block party on the southeast side of DC. I'm gonna fly down there and see you. Yeah, I'll be like, see, I told you, son. I'm praise the Lord, praise him, everybody.
But it's a lot of beauty in Southeast, man. You gotta come through, man. You gotta come through the South Side.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up on you.
This is my official invite, because well, I guess you don't know, but I'm recently a director of a gallery in Southeast DC called On Floor Gallery, and I'm the director of creative economy programming.
Wow.
So I'd love for you, if you're in that area to come through. And
I'm gonna be in Baltimore first week of August.
We got a store in Baltimore, Nubian Human. You can check us out online, nubianhuman.com. Hue, HUE.
Okay.
Nubian Human.
Okay.
But we got a store in Baltimore. Okay. So if you definitely
I'm gonna be right in Emerson Village.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, my whole family is from Baltimore.
Oh, for real?
I'm the only person in my family born in Philadelphia. So this is our second time having a family reunion. So that's where I'm going to be. Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
You got to come through.
Yeah, I'll pull up on you. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Listen, so I know we just...
I know. Ain't none of this shit supposed to be on the interview. We just went... Let's wrap it up.
Listen, we going on and on. I got a question for you, though, and I always ask a relationship question. Are you married, dating, single? Where you at right now?
Nah, none of that.
You like, no. Okay.
No. Yeah, I don't even date.
You don't date?
Nah, I don't.
At all? Mm-mm. Did y'all hear this? He don't... Wait, y'all gotta call up. Are you dating son right now? If he ain't telling the truth, let us know.
One thing I won't do is lie.
Look, he like, no, I'm serious.
Can't nobody on planet Earth be like, oh, he lied. Like, that's just...
So you not dating at all? Mm-mm. Why is that?
That's a layered question. Did you do the wrap up for the show, or was the wrap up to move on from that segment? Because we not gonna have enough time to talk about anything else.
We can take it to distance. Let's go ahead. Because I got to hear this, y'all.
Shit, you asking me these questions. Like, how long is this podcast? It's an hour-long podcast?
Why? I mean, just like a quick... Why aren't you... Because you said that with confidence, like, no, I'm not dating at all. Like, are you just waiting on the right one? Or well, they ain't gonna come if you ain't outside. You gotta go to the grocery store or something.
Well, I mean, I got kids, so I'm always at the grocery. I'm out. And I mean, I know, we talking all intelligent and all that shit, but I'm outside, like, on the block for real.
Yeah.
Not on some...
Oh, I heard your DC coming out.
Yeah, I'm just saying, because we got a nonprofit, me and my man Boogie, called Cedar United, based in Southeast DC. And, we out there working with the youngins. And, it's wild on the streets in DC.
Yeah.
So when I say I'm outside, I'm on the block, like I am, but it's not like we ain't selling drugs or like doing shit. But like I'm really
you in
out
the mix.
there. Like if you drive through Southeast on any given day, like you're gonna see me and my folks out there trying to organize, trying to mobilize our youngins, because it's like it's so crazy right now. Like every day, it's just murders every day. The kids getting younger and younger. 12-year-olds die. Like my man, another one of my mentees, Trayon White, who is now the council member in Ward 8, Washington D.C.
Wow.
He just posted this pic on Instagram. It had four young men, split screen. I don't know if that ain't split, but you get the fuck I'm saying. Yeah. But look, so it had 4 young kids all in middle school. And then one said November 2022, October 2022, February 2023, and then June 2023. And they were all yearbook pictures. All them kids dead. They didn't even make it through the school year. And so what I'm saying is, like, we've always had, and you from Philly, you know what it is.
Oh, for
we've
sure,
always
for
had
sure.
crime and murder and all these things, but now it's like the ages are getting lower and lower and lower.
Oh, for sure.
And so that kind
like
of
it'd
just
be a 2-year-old shot. Yeah.
But I'm talking about doing the killings. Like
Oh,
all
my
4 of those
goodness.
boys were killed by other kids.
Oh no.
So going to jail for murder, 13 years old, 14 years old, 15 years old. And so it's like a new epidemic happening in the streets. And so aligning that in with the mentorship, it's like it's harder now because I don't think we've seen this before. We've seen this type of environment, but I don't think we as a people have ever seen the youth
Yeah.
leading this
Yeah.
epidemic. And so I do desire a mate, but I ain't willing to. You know what I'm saying?
See me, I know I want a husband. Like I can't just be like, oh, nah, I'm be cool. Like no, send them on down, Jesus. Like no, it gotta like I ain't speaking against it. But you know what? See, I was feeling in your words because for me, I was saying, oh yeah, I wanted, my heart's desire was I wanted a husband, but then I'd be like, I don't really have time. I'm busy.
That's it.
That's
you can't do that.
That's what I'm saying. I was kind of being counterproductive to what I said I wanted. So that's why it wasn't. Mm-hmm. But I have had 4 proposals though. Now those.
Uh-oh.
But it's like at the end of the day, it just wasn't my husband. You know what I mean? If somebody could ask you, that don't mean you gotta say yes. Absolutely. Or you gotta, you go forward with it. But no, why you laughing?
Because I understand everything you're saying.
Yes, but it's like I do want that, but I hope I know what's gonna find you. Like you said, you've done a magnificent job with willing things into existence for for your life. So if you really want it, it's gonna happen for you. But I could talk to you forever, but we gotta wrap this show up.
I see.
Look, we gotta wrap this show up. She done wanted
your ass to wrap up like 10 minutes ago.
I know. They was like, listen, y'all just talking and talking and talking. Listen,
Khan's supposed to email somebody some shit. They waiting on his email.
Listen.
I heard him on the phone like, yeah, I'm gonna be on this joint for about an hour. I'm gonna email you.
They gonna be waiting.
He's in trouble.
Listen, the producers behind the scenes is in trouble.
Right.
Listen, but no, I am so eternally grateful that you decided to,
this shit was dope.
Thank you.
Good job, Good job to Chuck for telling me to come to this joint.
Oh, for coming here to Casey's Playpen, being a part of Behind the Scenes Bella podcast. This is like just a blessing to us to have your energy, your vibe in the building. Tell us, are you on social media anywhere? Because you don't even strike me as social media, but if you got it, give it to us.
I have it. So
okay. Because most of us behind the scenes be like, I don't post like that.
I don't post like that. But I do, being in the business, you have to have it, or you're just going to miss out on anything.
Yeah.
So my IG is Native Son, but it's N the number 8 VSN.
Okay.
And then I got a label, and the label IG is SE3_DC.
Okay.
And then I have a website.
Okay.
Which is jasonslyrics.com. It's JAYSUNS.com.
I love it. Yeah. So you got anything coming up that we should know about?
Yeah. So I got a film out that's on YouTube right now called Life on the Rocks.
Okay.
I have a film that's in the film festival circuit right now called The Art of Unemployment.
Hey.
And then I start production on the film when I get back to DC. It's a documentary about one of my stage plays called His Story of the Drum.
Okay.
And it's about the history of the drum and our affiliation and association with the drum and the history of the drum itself.
Okay.
So, yeah, a couple things rocking.
Yeah, well, y'all support everything that he just said. Like, we support those who support us, and this man has poured so much into our community. So I want you to tap in and lock in with whatever he is doing and has going on. Follow his Instagram page. This is your girl, Kalai Shireen, wrapping up another Behind the Scenes Bella podcast. I love y'all. I love everybody. And until next time, y'all, we'll see you again. Bye-bye.